I love typing on this keyboard. In fact, I have trouble finding much to complain about. The Skyloong GK87 Pro doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it certainly refines what a mechanical keyboard should focus on to provide a great typing experience. So what makes the GK87 Pro so consistent? Let's explore in depth. And before we get too deep into this video, I wanted to thank Skyloong for sending us a review unit of the GK87 Pro. Everything I'm saying in this review are based on my thoughts and my opinions using this board, testing it out. They will not be watching this before being published. However, YouTube does classify this as a sponsored video, but we are not getting paid for this video other than the product that they've sent us. Most keyboard enthusiasts value customizability over just about any other function offered. The GK87 Pro most certainly takes this concept to heart, as it's a board that not only offers many points of customization, but makes those changes extremely easy to pull off. It's a compact 10 keyless board that holds several magnetic points of attachment. There's one on the bottom right side of the frame that houses a slot for the 2.4 GHz USB receiver. Then the top magnetic bar can also be removed to expose the screws to get into the sandwich plate of the keyboard. Those magnetic pieces both have branding stamps on what is otherwise a very clean and minimalistic product. My red, gray, white board has a beautiful compilation of hues that accent just about any desk it sits on. It's a clean color layout, and I like some of the other combinations that are also offered by the company as well. Our PBT keycaps here are basic in design, but they do match my aesthetic preference. There are a bunch of themed caps that are pre-built with this model type, so I'm sure Skyloong offers something out there for anybody. Speaking of pre-built configurations, the switches that come with our keyboard seem to be called something like Glacier CUCI2 Silent or something like that. They're linear switches that have a beautiful blue light color. I believe these are Skyloong branded switches, and they are certainly quiet to type on. I really dig the soft recoil and the lack of sound feedback when typing on the GK97 Pro. So much so that I think I am now fully on board with silent switches. And as with all hot swappable keyboards, if you don't like the sound or the feel of these switches, you can always replace them and swap them out with something that matches your tastes. Skyloong goes as far as allowing the volume knobs to be swappable as well. It goes even further, as the area that traditionally houses that 6 keys can be replaced with a 1.7-inch LCD display. The screen shows the current time, the battery life, the connection type, and can also be utilized to display a GIF or a picture to customize whatever look and feel that you're trying to match with this board. You'll need to download the software from Skyloong. I believe it's something called 6 Plus to fully capitalize on the customizability factor. And like a lot of software from keyboard makers, it's a bit rough around the edges, and the interface could definitely use a facelift. The little display is still neat though, and somewhat functional in displaying additional information, but I don't find it anywhere near sharp or vibrant enough to be fun to look at with a GIF placed into it. Still, I just love how incredibly flexible this board is, just for anybody to tinker with for fun. Heck, Skyloong pre-packs the GK87 Pro with a split spacebar that I find enjoyable to use. Is it necessary? Probably not, as my typing rhythm isn't really affected whatsoever by having or not having a cut right down in the center, but it certainly looks cool from an aesthetic standpoint. I do feel the difference when I swap the spacebar to a full bar that is also provided with the keyboard, but I've stuck with the split bar and I have come to kind of enjoy using it. An added benefit though of having that bar split is to utilize the shortcut combinations that take advantage of the switch's location with the shift key. There are a few useful combinations, but I wouldn't say it's anything game-changing for productivity. I also love the look and feel of the CNC aluminum knobs. The silver accents seated on those red plates, oh man, they look great. They are also really solid to click into. They also kind of assist with zooming, music control, browsing, tab navigation, whatever you want to set it at. The board just has this aesthetic flair behind the sneaky good features and benefits. Take that weirdly shaped escape key. It's step stacked, and I love the weird texture on the shape when pressing into it. A lot of these things just work and look pretty cool on the GK87 Pro while doing it. As a Bluetooth keyboard, the board can swap obviously between a 2.4 GHz connection, Bluetooth 5.0, and of course the USB-C wired connection. There's also gaming functionality like N-key rollover that's essential and adds an extensive list to that high quality gaming functionality. But the absolute best part about this keyboard is the astonishing battery life. There's a 7200 milliamp hour battery that the company says will last up to about 200 hours with the RGBs turned on. In actual daily use, I've actually gone maybe about a month or more on one charge by periodically using the board and kind of walking away doing other things. It's terrific to have a board last this long. And finally, the RGB sequences and the color range are actually really solid. They shine through the PBT keycaps and generally look uniform and quite nice. I did like how clean the GK87 Pro looks lit on my desk. It doesn't necessarily scream gaming keyboard, which I personally enjoy more than a heavily themed board would lean towards. The biggest takeaways from the Skyloong GK87 Pro has to be that extremely quiet typing structure and the modular customization throughout the board. For a pre-built to be this refined in both of those senses is quite a feat. I'm not kidding when I say that I really like typing on this keyboard, and silent switches have never been my cup of tea, but I think this board might have finally won me over to the silent side. Once again, my name is Alex from the Sypnotix. Let me know what you guys think of silent boards. Do you guys like this or more clicky boards? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next time.